My story begins in Texas, not so very long ago, and yet so much has happened since then, it seems like an eternity. At that time, I lived with my pet in a country house fit for a bachelorette. It was a beautiful summer day. Oh, that's my pet, Katie Rose, a hostess of sorts. I'm the one with the long ears. My name's Henry, and this is the Rose Table Disney Dinners, 101 Dalmatians.
Thank you for that intro, Henry. You're such a good boy. The Dalmatian tablecloth is a real showstopper here. I mean, could this table be any cuter? I set the table with my white china and taper candles, and I decided on two fairly large floral arrangements with red roses, red alstroemeria, and white hydrangeas adorned with Gabby and Henry's collars as a nod to Pongo and Perdita. I went with red napkins, so Cruella de Vil, tied with polka dot ribbon and rose table dog tags that I thought would make cute keepsakes for my guests to put on a keychain after the party. You may recognize the street lamp place card holders from Disney Dinners Mary Poppins Returns, which is another London theme. I was inspired by Roger and Anita's cozy London abode for the decor. I kept my bench painting because it reminded me of their meet cute in the park. Sidebar, why have neither of my dogs found me the love of my life? I hung up Cruella de Vil sheet music and tons of photos of my childhood dogs, as well as a collage of the two dogs that I've owned in my adulthood, Gabby and Henry. I styled the side table with a portrait of Henry, flowers in a rustic galvanized metal bucket, a whimsical sign, which, by the way, is my forever mood, and a Bon Appetit dog bowl, which we'll fill with a take-home gift for my guests later. And finally, I wrote, "I'm hungry, mother," one of my favorite lines from the movie, on my chalkboard, and hung up some prints of the English countryside. And that is it. This is one of my simpler dining room decor styles, but I think it just packs so much punch with the Dalmatian tablecloth and just looks so pretty. This is really one of my favorite tablescapes, although I do feel like I say that for every single dinner. I just love doing Disney dinners, you guys. And this is number 19. Can you believe it? Now, who's ready for dinner? I know I am. Let's head into the garden and make ourselves a little cocktail. Meet the bloomin' hero. When I heard Nanny say, "He was a bloomin' hero, ma'am, a bloomin' hero," I knew what my signature cocktail was going to be. This is my take on a Pimm's cup, which is a very British drink. It's full of a comical amount of strawberries, orange slices, and cucumber slices, plus English mint. Other than that, it's just Pimm's number 1 and lemonade. First up, let's make dog bone crackers. My friend Ron said that these Asiago time crackers are the best he's ever had. In a food processor, combine flour, salt, and fresh thyme leaves. Add butter and grated Asiago cheese, then a couple of tablespoons of water just until the dough binds together. Divide into 2 discs and refrigerate for about 30 minutes, then roll out the dough, cut into desired shapes, and bake until golden. These are so buttery and cheesy and amazing. For my dinner party, I served these on top of Pongo and Perdita salad. I tossed salad greens with blueberries, reminiscent of Dalmatian spots, I thought, Marcona almonds, feta cheese, and a homemade maple vinaigrette. The crackers looked so darn cute on the salad.
Okay, cheers, everybody! Yay! To coming back. Yay! Come back at the roast table. This is a bloomin' hero, which is what I think is the best line from. Do you? Yay! Yeah. The best line from 101 Dalmatians. Roger stands up to the henchman, basically Cruella's henchman, and won't sell them the puppies. And the nanny, who is such a doll, she goes, "He was a bloomin' hero, miss, a bloomin' hero." Oh my God. And I was like, that is my cocktail right there. This is delicious. Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about our main course. This is my first ever Disney Dinners mashup menu. Here we have 101 Dalmatians pasta, frying pan chicken from Disney Dinners Tangled, and rainbow roasted carrots from Disney Dinners Frozen. I think this is the perfect countryside dinner to fit our theme. Imagine that we just dropped in for dinner at one of the farmhouses on our way to rescue the 15 puppies. These dishes go together really well. The carrots and the chicken cook at the same temperature for about the same amount of time. Right before our first course, I rinsed and chopped my leeks and left them to caramelize low and slow on the stove. Then after I put the chicken and the carrots in the oven, I cooked orzo pasta and added cream, parmesan, salt, pepper, and basil from my garden to the sauce. That's literally it. It is so simple but so good. Then I stirred in the orzo pasta and sprinkled black sesame seeds on top to be our Dalmatian spots. So fun. I put it all together by topping the pasta with chicken thighs, some lemon slices, and a sprig of basil for garnish. I also spooned some of the pan juices over individual portions after I plated everything.
This is incredible.
Yeah,
I don't think
delicious.
I've ever
It's so
had
good.
leek, and this is incredible.
Yeah.
Yay!
Incredible.
This took a lot of recipe testing. Irene came over and ate like a very similar dish several times in a row.
This is the only way I make chicken now.
Oh yeah.
Official
Yay.
decree. Only way I make it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you asked about the classic car.
Yes.
So I had this idea because Cruella, the new movie was coming out. I thought, what if I did a fun teaser, which I've never done before, for my 101 Dalmatians dinner the day that the Cruella movie comes out. So I posted on Facebook and said, does anybody know where I could find a classic car? And a friend of mine literally calls me and says, the guy who bought my house is a huge Disney lover. He's got a black and white classic car. I think he would be into this. So the guy calls me, he said, yeah, let me talk to him. So the guy calls me like immediately, and we put this together in less than 24 hours. It was such a whirlwind, but he was going out of town and the movie was coming out in like 5 days. So it was like, he was like, I can do it tomorrow or it's all over.
You like that?
Yeah. And it was just too good not to do. But the stressful thing is, because he let me borrow the car, I did not want him to also have to drive out. Bless you. Drive out to to my house. So I asked where he lived, and I start looking around on Google Maps at literally 1 a.m. and I'm like on Google Maps on the street view, and I'm starting with like basically every sort of nature preserve or park and going to a street and looking at cul-de-sacs for an hour, and I finally find one that has a very London like little street lamp.
Perfect.
And
Yeah, you sent me the video.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, perfect.
What do you think?
Oh my
And
god.
of course, you're just hoping that there's not houses there now, because you're like, how recently did the street cam go by, So we went and met him, and my mom shot that entire slow-mo video, and let me tell you guys, she has gotten so good. It's like Martin
She's the
Scorsese,
boss.
watch out.
Oh yeah.
You should
The
see
boss.
her. She's directing me, and I, of course, am like so smiley and like a giggle talker, and that's sort of my whole, like, I don't know, I'm just like very perky, happy person. And she was like, get me angry, give me Cruella, you hate me. She's like shouting at me. And I think it works so much better because I didn't use any of the footage of me smiling. I only used like the really
Smiles.
like the Cruella kind of look. But we shot that in probably like 40 minutes, and he was just so sweet. He and his wife came, and they were just so excited. Huge Disney fans.
So huge thank you to David and Carolyn. You didn't think I forgot about one of the greatest villains of all time, did you? I served a Cruella trifle for dessert, a red, white, and black English trifle with devil's food cake, or should I say, Deville's food cake, layered with chocolate chip no-bake cheesecake and macerated strawberries. I served individual trifles in martini glasses because Cruella's all Anita darling and totally seems like a martini kind of gal, don't you think? I even sprinkled a few big cake crumbs on top as an homage to Dalmatian spots. This is the perfect dessert for a dinner party because it's a total make-ahead dish. All I had to do was pull the glasses out of the fridge, and there's nothing I love more than easy entertaining. A week before the party, I baked canine crunchies to be a little take-home gift for my guests' dogs. In the 1961 film, the puppies watch their favorite show and see a commercial for canine crunchies, which inspired my pumpkin peanut butter treats. Henry taste tested them for me for quality control and absolutely loves them. I put the treats in cellophane bags tied with Dalmatian ribbon and made them part of the party decor, and my guests got to take a bag home with them to give to their dogs.
That concludes our story. Thank you so much for watching. You can get all of these recipes and see my pet's other Disney dinners on therose-table.com.